This is a major red alert. We have massive military movement going on all over the country, all right? And this is not a coincidence. This is directly related to what is going on overseas and directly related to the speech Biden just made. All the stuff, it is related, and we are seeing massive military movements on the home front domestically. And people are getting video of it and pictures of it. And I even have a video of myself that I shot just a few days ago, all right? Massive military movement all over the country. I can't even remember all these states, all right? We have Pennsylvania, Washington State, Oregon, Louisiana, Washington, D.C., Nebraska, all these different states, Oklahoma. Right now, all these states are having massive military movements, and some of them we're even seeing giant military convoys of tanks, right, on trains, moving them around, howitzers being moved around, self-propelled howitzers. All these things are being set up. We're seeing Humvees, MRAPs, all these things on the streets in America right now, and they're being moved into position for a reason, right? The country is on high alert, and people, boots on the ground, are reporting what's happening. And this was brought to my attention because there was a massive military flyover of the U.S. Air Force, and it was flying so low that I could see the USAF logo on the bottom of the wing. And I was like, this is the United States Air Force. What is this? This is a C-130 flying over me right now, all right, in the middle of nowhere. So big things are going on. I'll show you that video here in a little bit, but I'm going to show you all these pictures and videos that people are reporting too. I'm going to show screenshots of people's videos that they're uploading. There's a ton of military movement going on, and I'll show you this video that I recorded myself in a little bit too. So make sure you are getting yourself prepared. Make sure you are getting out of these mega cities, because that is potentially where we could see a major situation escalate. All right, we've been hearing for months how they are preparing for a mega disaster in these cities, and you can bet that they are going to have this military equipment in position so they can actually declare martial law in whatever city that this is going to happen, right? They want to be preemptive, and they know something big is going on. And this is happening all over the place. Let me know down below if you are seeing any of this military movement in your state, because it's everywhere. Louisiana, Washington, D.C., Washington State, Nebraska, Oregon, Pennsylvania, everywhere is having massive movements. Oklahoma right now. And we need to be getting ready. You need to be getting stocked up. You need to have your tanks full. Your gas tanks need to be full for your car. Your car tanks need to be full. Your gas tanks for your generator need to be full. You need to make sure it has oil. All these things need to be ready to go. You need to have your water tanks filled up. You need to have enough food for your chickens, all right, for your animals. All these things are critical, and you need to be getting stocked up and prepared right now, because there's a ton of military movement going on, and we could see a major crackdown. So let's dive into what's going on here. We have so many different states that are having military movements that it's going to take a minute to get to all the different ones, all right? And let me know down below if you're seeing anything else, and hit it up down there too to help get this video out to more people, because they need to know. It's not going to just be televised. It'll be televised after. They'll tell us after. That's what this emergency alert system was for just a few weeks ago. They're going to tell us after. And that was even delayed. Some people didn't even get their alert. 20, 30 minutes later, they sent it out for 30 minutes, and it could be too late at that point. All right. So let's dive into what's happening here. We're going to hit Washington, D.C. first. Then we have Washington State, Oklahoma, Oregon, Louisiana, Pennsylvania. All these places are getting smacked right now with military movement. But you can see here, this was one of the big ones that was causing a stir, and was one of the first ones I found after I saw a C-130 flying over me. All right. Very low, very strange. And it was heading west. All right. I'll show a video of that in a minute. But you can see here, military equipment is moving through Washington, D.C. right now, right? Right now, these self-propelled howitzers and these tanks are being moved all throughout Washington, D.C., and potentially being positioned, all right? And that set off a storm of people saying, hey, wait a minute, I actually see a ton of military movement as well in my area, and people are reporting lines of tanks on trains as well. Look at this picture here. This is from Oklahoma, and people are reporting that they were stuck behind this train and it's full of military equipment, potentially howitzers. Can't see it very good exactly what it is, but this was in Oklahoma just the past few days as well, okay? Check out what's going on in Salem, Oregon. We have Humvees on the streets in Salem, Oregon right now, a group of Humvees, and we see these groups, these units moving all over the place, all right? So we have this massive line of tanks moving through Oklahoma, and we also have these smaller units, potentially National Guard units, are moving all around the place as well. We have the military moving in Pennsylvania as well. Look at these pictures coming out of Pennsylvania. They said that convoys in northeast Pennsylvania today, just outside of Wilkes-Barre, heading south on I-81. And they said they took these pictures themselves, right? People on Twitter are freaking out because there's so much military movement. And by the way, go follow me on there really quick if you don't. Follow me on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it now, because we don't know what's going to happen, all right? There could be, I could be removed from here. We don't know. Things change very quickly. You know how it is around here, and that's why I have to be so careful about what I say on here as well. But go follow me on there just in case anything ever happened. But this is what people are posting, all right? These pictures are real and boots on the ground, and I even saw it myself. This is what triggered me to go look up this stuff, as I saw it with my own eyes, that the military is moving and we need to be ready for it. You can also see here videos are coming out of Washington, around the Seattle area, of military units, potentially National Guard, are moving equipment around as well. People were also reporting that they were seeing very long convoys going through Nevada as well. This is happening right now in the US, and we need to be getting ready. Right here in Eugene, Oregon, somebody took a picture of a group of Black Hawk helicopters flying overhead, okay? And here's my own video as well. I am stuck in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska right now, right? I'm stranded here. My RV is completely broke down. I live in my RV with my family, with my 2 kids and my wife, all right, and our dog, and I have chickens back here that are miserable because they're just stuck here. I can normally get them out, but I'm stuck here in the middle of Nebraska, and we were at the park, and this group of C-130s flew over, and I was like, what is going on? These planes are so loud. And I went to go look at it, and I looked up and I could see the USAF on the wing, right, of the last one that I could see. And I went to go get my phone, and I got this little video of it, the tail end of this C-130. I believe it could be a C-17, but it looks like a C-130 to me, flying extremely low in the middle of Nebraska, and it was flying west, all right? So they are moving, and C-130s are used to move equipment around, move soldiers, troops around, make deliveries, all these different things. It's like the backbone of their moving equipment, and they are getting ready for it to hit the fan, all right? And the military, they're the biggest preppers on earth. They're the most prepared organization, the US military on earth. They are literally prepared for zombie apocalypse like events. That's exactly, they have training manuals for it, and they seriously train their soldiers for events like this. They are ready for anything, so you can bet that they are ready for an event like this, and they are getting ready because they know something big is happening. These movements, we knew this is the next chapter. That's why everything feels so serious now and so high alert, is because this is the next chapter, all right? We've entered it. We've crossed the Rubicon into the next phase of this, where things are going to get a lot worse, and it's going to be on our soil. We're going to see things happen inside America, because it's honestly too late for a lot of these things to go back. You can't just go back. You can't just unclose the door that has literally been opened the past however many years. You can't unclose the door at this point. And we are going to see things happen here in the US. And honestly, the people that are really pushing this beast system, they are the ones that are going to be least sad when there is kinetic action inside of America or a cyber attack on America. They're going to be happy because now they have the excuse to implement their dystopian agenda. All right, this is all part of a plan to bring America down from the inside out, because once America's gone, then that's it. All right, that's it. And we are going to see an entirely new system emerge out of it, and it's going to be a lot different than what you and I are used to. All right, so you need to be getting stocked up, you need to be getting prepared, you need to be warning your friends and family. Who cares if they say you're crazy? All right, I always have people commenting down below that, you know, I'm sick of warning my family, I'm sick of warning my friends, they think I'm crazy. And I completely understand that, because my family really doesn't believe in this either. My immediate family does, my wife understands, but my other family does not really understand exactly what's happening here. And the only thing you can do is try to tell them, and one day it might click for them. And even our own understanding, thinking back myself, I didn't always understand what was going on. I didn't always think this was happening. It took time. You know, like, you always thought you knew this, but there was a point where you didn't know this or understand this, and some people are just there, right? And they might not ever be there, but you can be prepared for them when it does hit the fan. You can have enough food. At least your immediate family and your friends, if they still don't get it, you can have enough food and preparedness for them as well. All right, so please hit it up for me down there to help get this video out to more people. People need to be getting ready. You need to be getting ready. You need to be getting your family ready. All right, we are on our way. We are trying to buy a house. All right, so we're trying to buy an actual house. We bought some off-grid land a few months ago, and it just didn't work out. It was just too much to be completely out there on raw land. I have 2 small kids and my wife and everything. It was causing too much trouble. All right, so we are trying to buy a house now, and we are on the way to go look at this house that we're trying to buy, and our RV is stranded here in the middle of nowhere in Nebraska. All right, so it's one of these things. We are trying to get as prepared as possible as well. We are trying to get a house and get on the land and get stocked up, start growing our own food ASAP. All right, because I'm in my RV, I've been off grid, and I've kind of been cut off from being able to grow my own food because I haven't had my own land in my own area. All right, but that is my full focus right now. We're trying to get this house as soon as possible. So I'm only bringing all that up to just give you guys an update and to just keep you motivated as well. You need to be growing your own food right now. You need to be stocking up. You need to be getting these skills under your belt right now. You need to be stocking up on coins, all this stuff, alternative cash. You need to have a ton of cash on hand, because we could see a major grid down. We could see martial law in these big cities. And once people, that's going to be the thing to wake people up. And then people are really going to panic. You thought people were panic buying a few years ago when there was no toilet paper and things like that. You remember that? That feels like a dream now. It feels like a distant dream, that whole thing we went through. All right, but it was real. And we are going to go through that again once people really realize, once there's a nuke dropped anywhere, even if it's not in the US, and there's a massive response, people are gonna, a switch is gonna flip in people's brain. The, you know, average person that's not really paying attention to all this, that's what I mean. You need to just keep telling people, the switch is gonna flip soon for a lot of people. It's getting very hard to ignore, but once it does, they're going to panic and they're going to go to the store and they're going to buy a ton of toilet paper and buy all the rice and buy all the beans and buy all the bottled water and buy all the stuff. They're going to go into prepper mode too, but they're going to try to make up, you know, years worth of preps that you've been doing. They're going to try to make that up in a month or in a week or in a couple of days, and the shelves are going to be empty. It's not going to be able to absorb that shock and that excess amount of people entering the supply chain trying to get prepared. All right, so get prepared now, warn people now, get stocked up now, because once we have this event, that's going to be the switch, and it might not go back. All right, because things kind of went back because we were able to like print our way out of it. All right, everyone's locked down, nation or worldwide, everyone's kind of in this thing. But if we have a massive world war, the supply chains could be severed. The China supply chain could be completely cut off. The Middle Eastern oil supply chain, 20% of the world's oil comes from this area, could be completely cut off. All right, we could see all these things happen at once, and we could not be able to recover or print our way. It doesn't matter how much money we have, the resources will not actually be available in a actual world war where the lines are drawn and the supply chains are part of this war. And they already are. They're already being attacked. But once it's official, China says no more. Iran, Saudi Arabia say no more. These countries in the Middle East that control this oil flow, then we're going to see big problems here, and we're not going to just be able to print our way out of it. And there's going to be prolonged shortages and possibly hyperinflation. It could be a massive world war where everyone dumps the dollar and America gets isolated, and essentially there's sanctions on America from these other countries. Like we've weaponized the dollar, we implement sanctions on all these other countries and weaponize the dollar. They could weaponize it back and implement sanctions on us and refuse to trade with us, and that could be the triggering events for hyperinflation as well. All right, so all these things are coming. They're coming quick, and it's sad. It's sad that America's going down like this, because it could have not been like this. We could have the future where everything was big and bright and good and hopeful, but it's being taken away. It's being drained away extremely quick, and we need to say no, and we need to be getting ready and being self-sufficient, because the more we're not part of this system feeding into it, all right, then the more we are going to be able to not be shocked when it collapses. So please hit it up for me down there to help get this video out to more people, and let me know, guys, what are you seeing? What military activity are you seeing? Because it seems like they are on high alert right now, and we need to be on high alert too, and we need to be getting prepared. All right, so thank you guys so much. I hope you have big blessings for your family and your life. All right, everyone needs it right now. I know people are struggling, and I hope you have big blessings and big breakthroughs for your family and your life. All right, so thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.